and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
Yeah, that was a good
motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Now the first carry for Marshawn Lynch. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Call it a gain of a couple, and that's going to leave him with a third and about 5. And the defense now for the Eagles.
I'm going to take a good, strong look at the veteran presence in the secondary that is Malcolm Jenkins. Starts at safety, plays cornerback when they go into their nickel sets. He can move inside and cover the slot receivers. He's also a guy who knows how to turn the football around when he picks it off.
And he's going to be hit and taken down. Back right around the 48-yard line. Six-year man Marquette King on to punt. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. And he gets it away, a directional kick going toward the sideline. And this will be out of bounds, and they spot it at the 15-yard line. Not too bad. They go play action here on first down. And Salek here, left side. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Seeing that play and understanding just how tough it is to cover tight ends, especially the ones running around the NFL nowadays, makes me glad I didn't make it in that league. I would have had a really difficult time.
But now you get to sit up here with me.
Yeah, and that's fun, isn't it? And put a really nice game right there on first down for them. Brings up a nice second down for them.
And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The numbers for him from a week ago: 7 catches, 54 yards.
And I get the feeling that he loves this matchup. I mean, the unit he's going against is in the bottom half of the league against the pass. He had to have circled this one on the schedule and said to himself, this should be a big game.
Throwing on first is Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Khalil Mack coming in from his outside linebacker spot. He buries him for a loss of 10 or 11. Now a first carry for LeGarrette Blount. And he roams across the 20 to the 24-yard line. It's a gain of 7 on the carry, but they'll need to double that here. It's 3rd and 14.
And that's the kind of run that gets everyone excited on offense. And, you know, oftentimes the guys who carry the ball are the ones in the huddle doing the chirping. Right now, I think it's the offensive line telling them, run it again. We are right there about to break a big one.
Flushed out right. Airing it out deep for Smith. And he couldn't hang on to it through the contact. Incomplete.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
Donnie Jones set to punt it away now in his 14th year in the NFL. As he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. And that hits at the 6 and carries into the end zone for a touchback. Now the Raiders offense, they get set to head back on the field. The crowd may be losing just a little bit of the edge after back-to-back punts.
They want some big plays. They want to see some offense. They want to see somebody break away, whether it's through the air or on the ground. Now it'll be interesting to see where the patience is on both sides. Each head coach, can you hang in there and not try and force something that could put your team in some jeopardy?
An incomplete, crisis averted, almost picked. Instead, second down. And this passing game's whole offense really didn't show up in the loss last week, and it hasn't started all that great here either.
Yeah, and they can't let that incompletion become an uh-oh moment. Like, oh boy, here we go again, just like last week. Each game is its own entity, treated as such.
Fights forward for only about a yard up to the 21.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
Now Carr. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tougher rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. On is the punter, King, to send it away. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. On first down, Wentz. Buying time to his left. And the ball is knocked out. Space to maneuver at the 40.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And he'll push his way up to about the 44 here. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. And a peek at the offense. And Matthews, a guy that we have to talk about.
And Jordan Matthews, Brandon, is an anomaly. Normally, a long receiver plays outside. He likes to work out of the slot. Does a terrific job absorbing punishment and catching the football.
Now Wentz throwing on 2nd down. He targets Jordan Matthews, and it's caught. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. A Philadelphia 1st down. Wentz finding Matthews. Offense comes to the line now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, Wentz. Ertz over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. 10 more there and another 1st down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn it into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
Here's Wentz to throw. Eluding the pressure right. He'll get 10 there all on his own, but it'll be 2nd down.
And we have to give credit to him for buying time and extending the play. But you know, there's some really upset defenders on that one. They thought that they had him. Instead, he was coated in Teflon and got away.
Play fake to Blunt. Now it's Wentz. And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. Khalil Mack in there to drop him for his 2nd sack now here tonight.
Well, that play was the very definition of fast, quick, and in a hurry. Suddenly, he was there.
Yeah, blink of an eye. That happened fast and a big sack. Now Wentz escaping the pressure right. He may try and run for this. And he will have a 1st down at about the 21-yard line. Wentz can pull it down when he needs to, and the 6'5" quarterback picks up the 1st down.
How many times do we hear that 3rd down may be the most important down in football, and there's no better example than what we just saw right there. Forced to scramble, knows where the 1st down marker is.
Offense walks to the line for play number 7 of the drive. Wentz now on 1st down. And nearly picked off there. Almost intercepted. Instead, 2nd down.
Not only did they drop what looked like an interception in the end zone, they blew a golden opportunity to shift the momentum.
Wentz again here on 2nd and 10. And Matthews over the middle with a grab. And stopped a few yards shy of the goal line at the 3. They yards there, and it'll be a first and goal.
Good throw, good catch, but I really like the route. The drag and being able to run away from defenders, hard to stick with them for that long.
Yeah, better against man than zone, or
better against man.
And he's in. Touchdown, Eagles. LeGarrette Blount, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Eagles are able to cash it in for 6. And nothing special there. They showed they were going to run the football. They ran it. They got it in.
Like old-time football, right? Hey, this is exactly what we're going to do. Straight-ahead power, and they got it done.
And oh, it's blocked. This is going the other way. Weaving through traffic, and now he's free. He's at the 40, 20, 10, and all the way into the end zone, and that's 2 points. And in this very cold night air, how much harder, Charles, is it to hang on to that football?
It's a lot harder, and I know for the most part we think about a ball being slick when there's rain or snow, any type of moisture. But when it's cold and dry like this,
it is cold.
And it is cold, it's also slick that way because you're not able to really grip it the same way. Your hands are cold, and then the hits seem harder. So, yeah, it's a lot more difficult to hold on to the football, which means you have to emphasize it that much more.
Wind chills right now, 12 degrees. Now the Oakland offense heading back onto the field to take over.
And this is their 3rd drive. Maybe the focus right now not so much on points, but getting their first down.
And when you start off a game, you don't even think that's an issue, do you? But you go a drive, a second drive, no first down, that becomes an issue. Now you got to think about, okay, what type of play calling do I have to do to get us in a spot to pick that first one up?
Well, he was looking for some running room, and there wasn't a whole lot of it there on that play. I think he was lucky to get a couple of yards out of it.
Because those defenders, they were rallying to the football pretty quickly.
Carr gives to Lynch on the draw. Able to shake free for about 7 up to the 35.
I thought that was a good call. Passing situation on second down. They hit him with the draw instead and pick up nice yardage.
Yeah, because the draw, they're thinking pass when they see that initially defensively, right?
Now, you know, in today's NFL, most of the time on second and long, when it's a passing situation, pass rushers are on the field, and they're only thinking one thing.
Blitz coming, and down he goes.
Not something you see a whole lot of, a sack of Derek Carr, and due in large part to a good O-line. Carr was sacked on less than 3% of his dropbacks last year, lowest in the league.
Oakland knew it was important to take care of their quarterback. They picked up Donald Penn, Kelechi Osemele, and Rodney Hudson in recent years, and it's paid off.
And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And this is going to carry well into the end zone for a touchback. And out now come the Eagles. The drive starts with a handoff to Blount. He'll get about 3 as he's taken down at the 23.
Well, if the coaching staff's doing a good job upstairs, they'll file away what they just saw from the defense right there. They sold out to stop that running play. I'd say keep that in mind. They want to try that again, go play action, hit them over the top.
Throwing now is Wentz. And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense. So they will take the sack instead of the penalty.
And it takes another down off the series. But the biggest one of all, do you want to tell the guy who just got the sack that it no longer counts?
No.
No, not at all.
Now Wentz on 3rd down. And that is incomplete.
My high school coach, John Ford, used to say all the time, if you're in a bad situation, laddie, don't compound it with a bad decision as well. And I think that's what we just saw there. Harassed in the pocket, and he throws into double coverage anyway.
He called you laddie?
He called me laddie, and that was the nicest thing he called me.
Returnable here from the 38. Give him 11 yards that time on the return. And the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. Amari Cooper and the rest of the offense heading back out there now. You better believe that he's well aware he has 0 catches right now, and they're losing, so he's probably a little hungry.
And you know the guys on defense are aware as well. And they're really excited that he has no catches, but they're also worried. Because a lot of times, that's like the ticking time bomb.
The longer you hold him down, when he finally explodes, look out.
Yeah, no catches, though, so far in this game. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7.
Well, he hasn't made much of an impact in the running game thus far, and after that last run, not much is going to change in that area.
He hasn't been able to get anything going, and really the offensive line not helping him much.
And his throw here's incomplete. Cordero Patterson, the one he was hoping to get it to. 3rd down here.
But one thing that I've liked defensively is that they've shown him a lot of different looks here in the first half. They've come after him. They've sat back. I think that's what you need to do to keep an offense guessing.
And they certainly have kept them on their toes. That's why they haven't had much success on the scoreboard.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. He'll check this down to Lynch, complete. And he gets it to the 32, good enough for a first down. The pickup goes for 16 and a Raider first down.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
Carr to throw after the play fake to Lynch. And Cook has it left side. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. 3 yards remaining here on 2nd down. Now a play fake. Carr. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down.
Sometimes the coverage is so good, no matter what you're doing on offense, you just can't shake anyone free. They try their best to find someone open, but they took away every passing alley, every angle, and shut the play down.
They'll run with Marshawn Lynch. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage.
I'm getting the sense that Fletcher Cox is making offensive linemen want to take the week off when they have to play against him.
It's a regular routine for him, isn't it?
It really is. That play there, that's him all day long. Good luck trying to block him and keep him from disrupting your offense.
So it's a 7-play drive, but it stalls out in the end.
Let's credit the defensive front 7. They were a little leaky at the start of the drive, but they stiffened toward the end.
The Eagles coming out as they get ready. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Well, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Steps away to his left. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. A reminder that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll check in with Larry Ridley in Orlando with highlights and analysis of this first half of play.
And I'm going to check in with a heater.
I'm going to be right there with you, partner. He finds Matthews. And they'll get him to the ground, but he got all the way down to the 30-yard line. 23 yards on the play.
Quarterbacks love slant routes because the receivers are breaking right into their line of vision. And receivers love them as well because they're getting the ball on the move and able to catch it and try and get upfield and gain additional yardage.
Wide open receiver complete. And down he goes, taking it inside the 10 to the 7. 23 yards on the play. And that's one of his advantages of a passer, is now with his height, setting back there in the pocket, firing it over the middle, he can really see everything clearly.
It is, and I know that other quarterbacks get it done different ways, all right? You don't have to be his height to make a great play, But what he does is he takes away having to make those slide steps in the pocket to find angles to throw the ball through. He just throws right over the top of it because he can see everything, and sometimes that saves time and gets the ball to a receiver quicker.
Now Wentz again. Flush to, and he'll score. Touchdown, Eagles. Carson Wentz taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Eagles add on to their lead.
And that lead is now 7 with a chance to go to 8 or more if they want to get crazy here, which we don't expect. But I just know the way the game's being played with the analytics, there's going to be a lot more of going for 2 in a lot of situations, isn't there?
Yeah, there's going to be. And I think their focus here, they don't want to give up anything going into the lockers on the other, and just a little bit of time left on the clock.
Yeah, they don't want to do anything to erase the good feeling they have right now by getting this late score in the half.
On the return, here's the dangerous Cordero Patterson. And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. Getting set to go again. We get a look at Amari Cooper as he heads back out there now. A chance maybe here for them to get him more involved. They're down here on the scoreboard, and he's been very quiet.
And the silence has been deafening for his team. They don't need that at all. They need fireworks. They need explosive plays. They need him touching the football in any way possible. Maybe go to some jet sweeps. Anything to get him going.
Yeah, something to get him the ball. We'll see if they can do it. Give him 12 yards that time at an Oakland first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
And that'll set them back 5. Here we go on 1st and 15. On play action, now Carr. And he will not get away from the pressure here. Carr taken down. And before this second down play, we'll get a whistle, a signal, and a timeout as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. On second down, here's Carr. He'll dump it off complete to Lynch. A big seam, and he might go all the way. That all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Marshawn Lynch, an 80-yard touchdown. And the Raiders move back within a couple of the lead.
Yeah, touchdown. I love it. Now it's only a 2-point game. I know it's the first half, but you got to think. Go for 2. Tie it up. Go into the locker room. What are you doing? Come on.
You're bold. You're bold.
It's real easy to be bold sitting up here rather than down there and making that decision.
We don't have to make those decisions. Either way, little time left on the clock here in the second quarter. We'll see how this all plays out. Carson Wentz and the Eagles make their way out to the field. They've got the lead. He's a big reason why. Looking sharp so far.
And as we travel around the league, we see quarterbacks get it done in a variety of ways. But today's NFL does tell us one thing. If that guy doesn't play well, their team's not going to win. And right now he's got his team in the lead.
And now they'll look to extend that lead. Wentz now on first down. Caught by the tight end Ertz. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. And now we won't see a play on first down. We're going to get a timeout instead, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half. To throw is Wentz. And he finds his tight end. It's Ertz. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. On second down, here's Wentz. Smith catches left side. And this time not quite to the 30. It'll be down at the 31-yard line. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. And And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. So we've come to halftime here in Philly with the Eagles on top. As we'll send you down the coast to Orlando, where we check in with our friend Larry Ridley and the EA Sports Halftime Report. Larry?
Thanks, Brandon, and welcome to the EA Halftime Report. Let's take a look back at the first half. The Eagles are happy to be sitting in the locker room with a lead. The Raiders just want to come out after the half and claw their way back into the game. So let's take a look at the highlights from the first half. Eagles take it early in the second. Blunt stiff arm attempt works perfectly, and he capped off the long drive with the TD. They're now on top by 4. Second and 2 coming up. Wentz is going to take off here, and he caps off the 6-play drive with the score. The lead now at 8. Now to late in the first half, Cox has got to get to the quarterback.
Happy holidays, Larry. Your gift. Take the halftime show off, partner. We've got some football to get to. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end. Out come the Eagles now as they'll go on offense first here in the third quarter. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you termed that, because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
We'll see if they do just that. Well, clearly one of his advantages as a passer is his height. Sit back in the pocket, fired over the middle. That makes things tougher defensively, doesn't it?
It really does, because your goal is to move the quarterback off his initial spot when he gets his drop back completed. But when you have that type of height, he can stay in there if he's willing to take the hits and just fire over the top, which saves him time and actually completes a play a little bit quicker than it normally does for a quarterback who has to slide and find open space to throw.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he takes it across midfield to the 45. Pretty good running there, 9 yards. Sets up a 3rd and 1.
Getting had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Wentz going to throw. And he connects with Ertz. And some big-time hitting going on there. He is knocked to the ground around the 37. Throwing on first is Wentz. Flushed out right. And some space here. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. So the youngster able to use the legs to pick up the first.
And one of my pet peeves when they see this guy play, when Carson Wentz takes off running the football, I always hear people go, oh, he's sneaky athletic. No, he's athletic. Watch him do it. He's an integral part of the quarterback run game, and he gets it done very, very well.
Yeah, you don't like sneaky athletic, do you? That's just kind of a jab in the back.
Yeah.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. Alshon Jeffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season. And the Eagles add 6 to their lead. A good, sustained drive there in this third quarter, capping it off with a touchdown to give them a nice 2-score advantage.
It was actually a fun one to watch, wasn't it? I mean, for me, seeing the mix of what they did, how they moved the ball downfield, very sharp, too. Each and every play seemed to be executed with great dispatch.
So that drive, 6 plays, 75 yards. The result, Philadelphia in the end zone. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. This one taken from the 7. A marker down. He does get it up past the 25. Will it hold? Let's see.
Defense.
Officials so cognizant of that call nowadays, but that one looked pretty easy.
Yeah, you're right. They took out of their hands having to wonder whether it's a 5-yard or a 15-yard inadvertent or not. Now, it's a lot easier. You see it, you call it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Dances by him. And he'll get this across midfield to the 48. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
And he's going to be stopped up at about the 47-yard line. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a third down.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized.
Carr to throw on 3rd and 1. And he finds Cook. And he's got the first as they'll bring him down at the 28-yard line. And the play goes for 19 yards. Gives him a new set of downs.
His position, and he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And using that speed there to turn it into a pretty nice little gain.
That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
When you're putting together a formula for winning defense, it's exactly what we're seeing in this game. Controlling the line of scrimmage, attacking, and changing everything so that now they're playing in the offense's backfield. They're playing an excellent game.
They'll wind up losing 3, and now it's 3rd down.
We just saw another example of how the defense is winning this game. Really at the point of attack, the offensive line is just getting pushed around. I think now as a play caller, you've got to give them a little bit of help. Maybe keep your tight ends a little bit more. Maybe the running backs help you a little bit with the pass blocking. But you've got to help them get some confidence because you can't abandon the play calling right now.
And he is out of bounds just a yard or two shy of the 10. A good pickup there at 22.
And that's how you pick up a first down. Not only does he make the catch, but has enough body control to get his feet down inbounds, toe tapping and dragging to make sure he gets it done.
A 10th carry of the game for Marshawn Lynch. And he'll take this one inside the 10 down to the 8. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
On 2nd down, Lynch. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage, but it's been a tough go.
And it's caught. Roberts has it for a Raider touchdown. Seth Roberts, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders are back within a score. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. Now Philadelphia ready to get going on offense again. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that. They had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
He finds his target. It's Matthews. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 15 yards there on the catch and run.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down, because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he gets this one all the way down inside the 20-yard line. He's able to rip off 32 on that one. It's a first down.
So under the category of, while it can't be us because we're not that good, but could you imagine if this was you? LeGarrette Blount, his first 1,000-yard season since, what, 2010, his rookie year? And 18 touchdowns in the regular season, and no longer with New England.
He is over 30 now. He turned 30 in December. I don't know if that played a factor, but yeah, such a productive year, and then he's gone.
Well, that just tells you this. Now he's going to be playing with a chip on his shoulder trying to prove something.
Now Ryan Matthews in the game. He gets the call here. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Khalil Mack's starting to get a really big-time reputation as a pass rusher, and rightly so. So explosive off the edge getting to the quarterback. But he doesn't neglect his run duties as well. How about that tackle right there? Such a package he has. Able to play the run and the pass so well.
Yeah, brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. It's a gain of 6 as they're able to convert, and now it's 1st and goal.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there.
And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
Working from the gun, Wentz eluding the pressure, and he'll score! Touchdown, Eagles! Carson Wentz taking it in from 4 yards out, and the Eagles add on to their lead. And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
So the drive winds up going 75 yards in 7 plays. And it results in a 4-yard touchdown run. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Raiders offense now making their way back out onto the field. Carr now on 1st down. And this is Cook with a grab. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down. 4th quarter, every drive so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the first one for the 2nd one to even matter.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
Great change up there on the route and got that inside release, made it a successful pitch and catch.
Well, the first thing you want to do is have him thinking that you're going outside, make a move in that direction. Then you really don't run the route against the whole body of the defender. You run against a half of him, and the inside half, and he took it right across his face, got inside, and won that route in a big way.
And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40.
You cannot write these guys off just yet, not with a quarterback like that under center.
You mean it actually crossed your mind with him running the team that you could actually maybe write this game off?
Not yet.
Not a chance. Not with him. We've seen it too many times.
And he's got some space here. And he is hit pretty hard from the side as he's knocked down. Fresh set of downs here. So, boy, Derek Carr heads to the bench. And they'll turn things over here to the backup to see if he can dig him out of this hole. A first throw for the backup Cook. A right side catch by Crabtree. A gain of 6 there on 1st.
In today's football, where receivers break tackles, make people miss, get upfield for the extra yardage, when you see a play like that where it's caught and he's dropped on the spot, that's a big-time play by the defense.
And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. So he loses 3 yards there. Now 3rd down. The Raiders on 3rd down. 5 out of 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing, Cook. And he's going to be taken down back around the 35-yard line. Timmy Jernigan in there to get him, and that's sack number 8 for him on the year.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been devastating.
Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more. A gutsy call by Jack Del Rio, but it does not pay off. And the Eagles defense able to hold. So still over 3 minutes remaining in this game, but boy, not getting that when that hurt.
That's a little bit demoralizing, so they have to be careful about that because still have an opportunity if they can get some things done on defense. But now, since they've taken over on downs, a team with the ball, guess what? Going to 4-minute offense, maybe they can put this thing away.
Play fake to Blunt. Now it's Wentz. He's going to fire one deep, and intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. First NFL pick for the rookie corner, Gary and Conley. And the return stops at the 39-yard line. Two-score game here in the fourth, and that pick, it kind of keeps the door ajar, doesn't it?
It does, and you wonder about their strategy because with a 2-score lead, you would think maybe you're just sitting on it trying to drain some clock. It's almost like they felt like, hey, we've got a good cushion. We can keep pressing it. It ended up costing him.
And he'll go out of bounds. It appears right at the 45. A gain of 6 there on first.
At this stage, this drive's got to be touchdown or bust because you need 2 of them.
And if I'm the offensive play caller, I'm not just looking at my dagger plays downfield. I'm looking at some of my specials, something that can fool them and give you a big play now.
With a sense of urgency.
No doubt.
And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. It'll go as a gain of 6 that time, and it moves the chains as well.
Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense.
And no escaping this time as he'll go down. They got him for a sack. A man who spent 8 years as a Ram, Chris Long, in there for the sack, and he's closing in on that all-time record. That's number 19 on the year.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one. I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here. That looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete.
On 3rd and long, it's Carr. It finds Crabtree for the completion. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And it's picked up by the Eagles. And this return is going to be halted right around the 28-yard line. Now it looks like we've got a Raider here, slow to get up. Not something you want to see in Week 16 or any week, really. We'll be right back. And a great spot to start this drive from here. So after the fumble recovery, it's Carr. They'll set up the screen to Lynch. And I think the ball's out. But fortunately, he's able to recover his own fumble, or that could have been trouble.
All I can say about this play is that someone's living right. I mean, he's trying to gain yardage, trying to get upfield. Ball comes free. What's that panic that we've talked about oftentimes that you feel when you lose the ball?
You can sense it.
Oh, you can sense it. And somehow he got to it and was able to recover it for his squad.
And they'll bring him down at the 13-yard line. Give him 3 yards and a fresh set of downs. Time for a break. So it's Raider football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. On 1st and 10, here's Carr. And Cook has it left side. And he is in. Touchdown, Raiders. Jared Cook, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Raiders take advantage of field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Okay, game on. Don't go anywhere yet. You got a 1-score game now. Probably going to rely on the onside kick coming up.
Yeah, they have to. It's not a high percentage play, but it's better than not having a chance at all. And that's when you put your leapers and your flyers on one side, get that high hop, and hope that one of the guys can come up with it.
And on the other side, get that hands team ready.
No doubt about it.
Philadelphia getting set to take the field. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. First down and 10 now for the offensive group. Wentz going to give this one to Blunt, and he'll get this up to about the 40. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Again, here's Blunt. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. And they'll go Wentz to Blunt here. Finds a seam inside the 40. And he's brought down. That one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
Do my eyes deceive me, or is he getting stronger as this game moves along?
Burst seems just as good here in the fourth as it was way back in the first, doesn't it?
I do believe someone put a lot of time in the offseason and continues to condition during the season in order to continue to carry the ball at this rate.
They'll run it here with Blunt. And they're able to get this one past the 30 down to the 25. 11 more on that one and another first down.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call a timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get in behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. Oh, look at this. Wentz going to throw. Oh, incomplete. A turnover would have really helped there. Almost intercepted. Instead, it's just second down.
I think he's taking an awful chance with the football right there. You've got to lead. You've got to protect it. And he's taking chances putting it out there in a little bit of jeopardy.
Especially in a spot like this, fourth quarter, as you said, trying to cling to that advantage.
Yeah, that one probably should have been picked, Tom.
And out of bounds just shy of the end zone at the 1. A big gain there, and that should certainly be enough to put this one in the win column.
Absolutely ideal there. Get a good size play, get out of bounds.
Well, you saw the coaching there. That is taught and it is emphasized. Get out of bounds, understand your situation, as well as just understanding the game.
They'll go to Blunt, try and pound it in. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. This will be a 2-yard loss on the play. And it'll be second and goal. Back to throw. Wentz. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And this offense on third down today, they've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This is third and goal.
Now Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And this is caught. And that could seal it. It's a touchdown.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but now Sturgis on to add the extra point. And this one gives his guys a 12-point lead. Sturgis out now to kick this one off. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. First down. Now a desperation throw deep down. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked off around the 41. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
We're broke here down down 2 scores. So that forced you to make some throws you definitely wouldn't want to make. And I think this interception is going to pretty much write an end to this one.
They'll go ahead and take the knee here, and the unbeaten season will continue. Well, I know at points in this when you wanted to close your eyes because of all the points that were being put on the scoreboard. You're a defensive guy, but it was a fun little track meet, wasn't it?
It was, and you know the people who really enjoyed this game? They're the ones that like going to batting practice at the Major League Baseball parks, right? Seeing the 14-11 game, that sort of deal. That's right up their alley with what we saw in this one.
So for the Eagles, they're now a win away from a perfect regular season as they move to 15-0. And they'll get to stay put for a few days as they'll host the Dallas Cowboys next week. Meanwhile, for the Raiders, their playoff hopes take a big hit as they fall to 8-7. And they will try to turn it around next week as they head down to Carson for a matchup with the LA Chargers. So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. The Eagles are winners here as we say so long from Philadelphia.